on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2. Russell Brand.
Baggy trousers, madness. You're listening to Radio 2. Welcome to the Russell Brand Show, and here's your host, I am. Welcome, thanks for listening. It's going to be a very good show this week. This is my last one, live from Hawaii. We are live. This is literally happening now on the planet that we all live on together. If you want to give us a bell, you can. It's 0500 288 291. If you want to do a text, do a text. 88291. If you want to do an email, do an email. I'm not going to tell you the address for that, though. You must use your own minds and inquisition. I'm here with young Matt Morgan. All right, Matt?
Hello.
What's the matter?
Nothing. You left it a long time to say hello to me.
Well, I was just doing a good intro, get the old atmosphere going, get a bit of chutzpah going, a bit of pizzazz, a bit of razzmatazz. I'm nearly home, aren't I?
Yes.
Nearly home to old England, the cobbled streets, the drizzle, the rain, Jack the Ripper on every street corner. Is it as I remember it, Matt?
It's nice and sunny here, actually.
Sunny, you say? Sunny
Lovely.
in old London?
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, have the rooks left the tower?
No, they're still there.
Lady Diana's all right, isn't she?
Ah.
What? You mean to say, what have you done? So, yeah, what about that documentary? Oh, I don't know. Have you watched it?
No, I didn't.
What's wrong with you,
Has it been
Dad?
on yet?
I don't know, I think it was on. I think there's been quite a lot of scandal about it, because I read the English papers, because I like to keep abreast of what's going on in Blighty, unlike you.
I know. Well, I think it is bad, actually, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if I have a view on it. All right. Matt thinks it's bad. I think we've got a right to do what the hell we like with regards to anything. So, yeah, send us your views on stuff. Thank you so much for listening to this show, and thank you for all the glorious presents I've received. Yep, here we go. It's time to thank you for all my presents and everything, because it's been my birthday this week, so I've got even more presents than normal sent over. Here are just some of the people I would like to thank for the old presents. Big, hairy, purple monkey, thank you for sending me apprentices, and also thank you, another lad, Connor. Two people sent me apprentices. Unfortunately, from episode 10 onward, I ain't got them. Please send them to the BBC, as I will be home this week.
Shameless. This is getting worse.
Why? It's helpful. It's like, you know, Noel Edmonds does that cosmic ordering. He writes things down on his hand and then orders them. Things like, must have it off with contestant on Deal or No Deal. And then he uses that hand to palm them on the knocker.
Is that where you got the idea?
I don't use cosmic ordering. I use direct communication. I just nudge them, go, yeah, all right, I'm glad you've come. Would you like a special cuddle? Special one, not one of them normal ones that you can have with anyone, like a BHS Father Christmas. Them cuddles are no good
You're
to
going to end up like Noel, aren't you? How old do you reckon he is? 55 or something? When you're his age?
55!
You'll be doing some sort of wacky quiz show, trying to get off with all the contestants, won't you?
He did pass some notes as well, which is one of the scurrilous methods I employed, of course, in darker, grimmer days.
And he used the phrase deal or no deal, didn't he, in the love letter thing?
Yeah, he did. He wrote, yeah, there was a woman contestant that he fancied, and he goes, hello, I'm Noel Edmonds. Want to go out on a date with me? Deal or no deal? And then he might as well put brackets. The name of the program's Deal or No Deal. Fancy coming back to... I'm using it. Would you like to come back to mine for a house party? I'll introduce you to Mr. Blobby and you'll get covered in gunge. Oh, no. Why did you, not me, say that on the radio? Give us a phone call, 0500 288 291. Let's continue. Yeah, do send me them apprentices, please, because I really want to know what's happening in it. I'm interested. Although, don't download the podcast, because, mind you, we've destroyed the reputation. Apparently that apprentice is about number 14 in the podcast now, and he's being investigated by the FBI because people think it's about white supremacy. Thank you, Brandy, for sending me some, like a nice... She sent me like a branding iron, Brandy did. I'm called Russell Brand, she's called Brandy, she sent me a branding iron. That's too much, isn't it?
It's bonkers.
Like, it's too much. Right, I once at school knew this lad called Jonathan Steele. That was his surname. Steele, right?
Don't accuse him now of stealing, because that's illegal. You can't say that.
I'm not accusing him of it, but I used to sometimes think while laying in my bed, fully clothed, wouldn't it be good to say, have you continued to rob metal, Jonathan, or do you steal? Yeah? Yeah? That's language is my instrument. Thank you, Brandy, for your brand thing. Joe, thanks for your chocolate. Marianne Brooks, thank you for your Fannie Mae chocolates. You know,
Russell, this is not
continues.
interesting radio. It's just stupid. It's nice
People
that they
like
send you
it.
these things, but, you know...
Oh, yes. Well,
Why
thank you.
Why are they hiding
Someone
behind
sent me a bra.
pseudonyms?
I've been sending bras and knickers. People are sending me bras and knickers.
Is that why you've selected Tom Jones, then? Is that you've got into the idea of that, have you now?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think I would like to be a Tom Jones-style sex emperor, particularly now that the revolution's going so bloody brilliantly. And thank you for your interest in the revolution. I've got lots of emails on the revolution, lots of emails in general. Look at this email, though. This is a very interesting piece of correspondence from a person. Here we are. Yeah, this person's called Freya. Hello, Russell and Matt, Mr. G and Nibsy. Where is Mr. Nibsy, who's meant to be the servant of this brilliant radio show, and that inflatable cow that Matt burst? Mikey, is Mikey not done anything for the webcam viewers this week, or is it just got... Is it just looking at you,
Hang
Matt,
on,
the webcam?
I've just seen a piece of paper on the desk saying Mikey is the best.
What a total nit.
What a 9-year-old boy.
I thought of a wee scum. I put a bit of paper.
Have you ever
picking me
noticed?
till up.
Have you ever noticed?
Hey, have you ever noticed? What daft sausage that boy is. Now then, now on to what I was emailing you about, says Freya. I would really appreciate it if you'd say happy birthday to Styx, a.k.a. Sinead. Why do you need so many names? Is Styx, a.k.a. Sinead, some sort of criminal? Her birthday is on Wednesday. She's a massive fan of you and the show. All right, happy birthday, Styx, a.k.a. Sinead. And she continues, have you ever noticed that Matt looks quite a lot like the men dressed up as women from the Bounty kitchen roll adverts?
What?
Yes, I have noticed that. There's an advert on the telly called Bounty kitchen roll adverts where it's got men dressed up as women to sort of say this kitchen roll's got masculine qualities. Don't think because it's kitchen roll it's some sort of feminine product. So it's got men dressed up as women, and then men dressed up as women do look a lot like Matt Morgan, my co-host on this programme.
What does that mean, though? Like, I look like a transvestite,
it don't look good for you, mate. Let me tell you, if you're trying to glean a compliment from this remark, you're going to struggle. Because what Freya is essentially saying is you look like a man with a wig on, or sort of, you look like a sort of a hermaphrodite, multi-genitaled oddity. Is, I think, essentially the message there. And when I read that, Freya, I must say that I thought, yes, Matt does look like the picture. Just have a look at your webcam. Go now to bbc.co.uk/radio2/hermaphrodite co-hosts and have a look at Matt Morgan, the bearded lady. And then, like, yeah, and if you've seen that Bounty advert, you'll know what I mean, and you'll be chuckling now.
You can't have toilet roll.
Is
it toilet roll? Called Bouncy.
It's not toilet roll for the kitchen, Matt. I don't know how you live your life, doing a whoopsie in the microwave, then giggling to yourself. It's kitchen roll, you know, to wipe down the surfaces.
I don't like it when something's called the name of another product. Bounty, to me, is a chocolate bar.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. I don't know how you live your crazy, perverse circus lifestyle, mate, and what you do with bounties, but the rest of us happen to think you're a sickening disgrace.
So you look like the Judder man who used to do Smirnoff Ice adverts. That is weird.
Julian Barrett. That's Julian Barrett from Mighty Boosh.
It wasn't. It was a bit of animation.
Oh, yeah, him?
Yeah.
I don't look like him. He was made out of twigs.
Exactly. What are you made out of? Something very similar to twigs.
Joy and revolution. I'm revolution made flesh, and the revolution's going well. Jolly good work at the G8 summit. Try not to hurt each other in the cause of this revolution because we've not quite worked out the government. I'm all for it, mate.
Hey, don't hurt yourself, hey? Pass some water around, guys. Come on.
Come on.
If you went there, they'd throw stones at you. You're part of the machine.
I'm not part of the machine. Bring down the bloody government! Hooray! See?
Scream
that's the kind of rallying cry. I can't help that, mate. I've got the sort of personality that was bound to become famous at some point. I can't be condemned for that. The fact is now, I'm trying my level best to bring about a spiritual social democracy where we're all equal, we abandon currency, and if you want something in a shop, you have to do a cuddle for it. This is going to be a brilliant new system. Now then, I've got lots of other important things to talk about before we get on with the show, and here are some of those things. Matt, do you feel well?
I feel a little nauseous.
Why?
Well, I told you why. I didn't think it would make it onto the radio.
Well, it has done. Tell us what's wrong with you.
Because I bought a pack of smoked salmon and a huge pack. It was half
Trying
price.
to get ideas above your station. Oh, salmon, it's what the posh folks have. I'll have some salmon.
Put that in my trolley. And
Yeah.
and then I noticed that it was going out of date tomorrow, so I tried to eat it all in one go, so I wouldn't waste food. So I wouldn't waste food.
Big fistfuls. Don't try and make yourself out to be some carbon footprint warrior. Big fistfuls of salmon jammed into your gob like Dan Aykroyd at the end of Trading Places when he's eating it for his Father Christmas beard. Great bit. I bet you stink of salmon, don't you? If he burps near you, G or Mikey or any other people in the studio, give him short shrift. Give him no shrift at all. That boy stinking the place out. I've got loads of lovely emails from you. A lot of them regarding the revolution, which, as we know, is going quite well, and some of the important tenets of the revolution, i.e. Cocoa Pops. Because, like, like the Cocoa Pop advert has changed, Matt. You're aware of this. We discussed it last week.
Yes.
The Cocoa Monkey has been removed from the Cocoa Pop advert.
Why is everyone getting his name wrong?
Because he's called Cocoa Monkey, isn't he?
He's called Cocoa Monkey. You called him the Cocoa Monkey.
Yeah, well, I've got respect for him. I don't know him.
Mikey's called him Coco the Monkey. He's called Cocoa Monkey.
Cocoa Monkey, that's what we're called, yeah? There's no need for a definite article anywhere in his name preceding it, amidst it, or as a suffix. Fair enough. Okay, Cocoa Monkey. We've been hounding Kellogg's for an explanation because we don't... important part of our revolution is we want nothing ever to change, which is another idea, since our revolution is fundamentally about change. And what's the problem we've got? We don't like this new Cocoa Pop advert because it's sort of a weird, whispery, ghostly voice, which I've yet to see, and there is nowhere inside that lovely monkey that I'm very, very, I feel enamoured with, and I love, and I've always loved, because he's always been ever present. He's been like a father to me, that monkey. Right, and Mikey, the producer of this show, wrote a letter to Kellogg's complaining, I think, and they've responded, haven't they?
They have responded here. Shall I read it?
Yes, let's hear an item that I like to call Matt tries to read out a letter without stammering, stuttering and burping up Amiga from his salmon.
Hi, Mikey. Thanks for your inquiry about...
Who's it from?
It says it at the end, you fool.
Yeah, but set it up, because then we can imagine him.
Okay, Michelle.
Michelle, it's a woman, sexy.
Hi, Mikey. Thanks for your inquiry about Coco the Monkey. The response from Kellogg's...
She's calling him Coco the Monkey.
That's
she
because
works
Mikey approached her with that and she was too damn embarrassed to correct him.
You think so? Yeah.
The response from Kellogg's is... Kellogg's will continue to use Coco the Monkey in the future as he is a well-loved character. We are unable to put you in contact with the actor as he is not a Kellogg's spokesperson.
What?
Hey, what do they mean, actor? The bloke who did the voice?
Going on? Yeah. Cocoa Pops are so chocolatey, they even turn the milk brown. I don't want to talk to him anyway. He sounded like he was off his head.
Andy Serkis did the animation capture in a special suit.
Yeah.
The giraffes are having a race.
The monkeys and the giraffes are having a race.
Oh,
the
God,
giraffes
sorry.
had already held their heats to select the team that would face the monkeys. That was an earlier
You take
episode that
Cocoa
never made
Pops
it to
far
air.
too seriously, mate. What about when we were doing our traditional rather have a bowl of...
Cocoa Pops to test the time delay, yeah. I goes, it's only about an of the difference.
There he goes, we're only a bowl of out. What?
We're only a bowl of out. Yeah, I don't need... for me now, Cocoa Pop lyrics are units of time. Oh no, I ain't seen my wife for about 16 bowl-offs. Christ, I miss her. I don't know how I'm going to turn a milk chocolatey on my own. Also, someone was kind enough to send me a link to an old Cocoa Pop advert that preceded even Cocoa Monkey. See, now I've learned a lot that, even before Cocoa Monkey, Cocoa Pops did exist. And, right, there was a Cocoa Monkey, but he was just an orangutan and he didn't have a hat on or anything. And like the advert goes like this, right? It's a bit like the Spectrum version of Ghostbusters. It's a simplified version of the Cocoa Pop anthem that we all know and love. It goes, Cocoa Pops, raindrops, clown hats, pig face like Kellogg's, Cocoa Pops. So it's things like that. It's really weird. Cocoa Pops, donkey plops, tyre shops, like that. It's weird, and it's like it's got the same tune as if the tune is some unchallengeable, immutable anthem that cannot ever be challenged, right? Because the tune the same in the whispery version of nowadays.
I think that I haven't seen it, but people said that it was, but it's all like, yeah, ethereal.
So why
and
is
weird.
it that the tune cannot change under any circumstances, but they can do what they like with the monkey?
Maybe
You know,
they
the
haven't got the-
monkey was.
They haven't got the budget to change the music. Maybe.
Right, well, if anything should have stayed, it was the monkey, and then they say, oh, he's not a spokesman for Kellogg's. Well, I want to know who that bloke is, and I think we should find him and make him say some stuff on our show, right? And don't think of this as undue prominence to Cocoa Pops. Other cereals are available, and quite frankly, I don't eat Cocoa Pops, because I don't
say that.
trust them. I don't. Well, oh, because they're sending it. Go on, carry on with your email.
Don't tell everyone they're sending us some.
They are! Mikey goes, they're sending us a lifetime supply of Cocoa Pops.
It's got big on the Cocoa
Lifetime?
Pops.
What's a lifetime supply of it? I don't know how long I'm going to live yet. That could be one Cocoa Pop. I ain't going to eat any, right? So I just need a Cocoa Pop the size of a neck mole, and that'll do me for the rest of my bloody life.
Ugh.
Whereas someone like Mikey, who bathes in them, he's going to need them. Well, he's going to need them almost incessantly. Carry on with the email. We need to know statement. We
That's
only
it.
played a record, yeah?
Do send me your
What
address, and I'll happily send you some cocoa. Hang on, I'll happily send you some Cocoa Pops as soon as I can. Thanks, Michelle. Mikey.
You can't buy us, Michelle, with your bloody Cocoa Pops, love. Can she?
Yes.
What do you mean? We're just going to accept Cocoa Pops? Cocoa Pops ain't a currency. All right, the tune of Cocoa Pops has now become recognised as a unit of time. This show's we've been talking about Cocoa Pops for about 25 bolovs too long.
Yeah.
But you can't start trading Cocoa Pops. It's ridiculous.
The monkey must still be on the box.
Yeah, he's still there, I think, but,
Yeah.
you know, he's not going to say anything, is he? He's not going to tell us about, like, the crocodiles trying to nick his dinner, or any of the adventures that go on in the woods where he lived. I love that little guy. Anyway, I suppose we should play a record. Now, as I'm coming home soon, we will play a nice song that signifies that. If you want to give us a bell, 0500 288 291. Stay with us, it's going to be a fantastic show. We don't know if we're going to ring anyone up yet. Probably will. We never know, you know, because when we rang up Jimmy Savile that time, we never knew that would happen. Probably give Noel Gallagher a bothering later on, but it's sure to be a hell of a show. Stay with us. Here's Tom Jones, Green, Green Grass of Home. Oh, blighty. Tom Jones, Green, Green Grass of Home. You listen to Radio 2. This is Russell Brand. It's a bit more downbeat than I remember it, that.
Yeah.
I thought he got more into
A bit
it.
more
Perhaps it's
stirring
different-
in my memory.
Yeah, I thought it was more stirring. Made me think I might stay here. If that's all the green, green grass is inspiring in Tom, a passionate man like him, then, you know, perhaps I won't bother. No, it's
Elvis
nice
Presley
record.
loved that song, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Elvis Presley used to sit about eating peanut butter and banana sandwiches where the banana bit was taking the place of bread, shooting his TV set, listening to that, and marrying teenagers, as far as I can work out. Warmest regards, Nick, is the ending of an email that begins like this. I love the show. Think the sooner you get back to London and get Morgan to wind his neck in a bit, the better. Fair enough. I just wanted to share this cow-stroke-car related story. It's sort of relevant from last week's show, I suppose, because of that cow in the studio that Mikey put there, thinking it would be some visual stimuli for webcam viewers. Like, why would you want to look at an inflatable cow? That's like the same mentality that made the Milton Keynes put all them concrete cows up for a while. A few years, and at least that was in a field, at least in context. I don't think they put concrete cows up in the houses, you know, they just would never have done that, and that is why Mikey will never get a job in town planning, even though probably better suited to that than he is to running a radio show. A few weeks ago, a girlfriend and I, says Nick, went to the New Forest for a weekend.
Or you say he's got multiple girlfriends?
He says, I think he might be a Mormon, or he's just living the vida loca. I think he's like a Puff Daddy style character. He just goes there with one of his girlfriends. Oh, but yeah, we've got quite a lot of emails about birds, the use of the word bird, and it opened an interesting debate on semantics, which we'll carry out in a minute after we do this delightful email. I went to the New Forest with this girlfriend. We were going for a drive, and as we approached a cattle grid in the road, we saw a cow the other side in the middle of the road looking distressed. It was just standing there, really really mooing a lot. Moo it went. So we approached, but the road was too narrow to pass. We paused to see if the cow would move, at which point my girlfriend, clearly panicked by the animal, pushed the central lock-in for the car doors as if it was going to try and get in through a conventional car entry procedure. The cow, if it was going to get in, it wouldn't, like, use the handle, would it?
That's
It'd just
silly. Putting central lock-in
smash
on.
its way in. Yeah, so that's a really silly...
That's city folk going to the country, isn't it?
Oh, there's a cow trying to get into the car!
Yeah. Try and wash our windscreen. Don't buy any flowers.
Get a proper job. I've already bought the Evening Standard. Yeah. So, and then he told her that cows can't get into cars in that fashion. Well done, you crazy city folk visiting the countryside. Now, what's this email? I thought Russell would like to know, says Karen Chisholm, which is a surname that turns me on a bit.
Because it sounds like... Yes.
Oh, it sounds like Jism. Karen Chisholm. I shouldn't be turned on by that. Although, hold on, where's that thing you've got in the studio that you idiots were playing with for about an hour before? Go on, play it now. That's... Matt and Mr. G treated that as if it was like a hologram from the future. So, as if it was like Nostradamus' predictions made flesh, as if they'd discovered the lost city of Atlantis. Do you love that? They'll probably start worshipping that horn thing.
It is quite good.
So, go on, do it again then. That is a cliched sound that you hear in radio, except it ain't even being done properly. It's too far away from the microphone.
I think something's gone inside it.
I think so. Well, I hazard a guess. There's, some salmon or perhaps even some of Karen's surname. Fort Russell would like to know he's a contender in PETA's Sexiest Vegetarian of the Year again. He won PETA, People Ethical Treatment of Animals, that is PETA Sexiest Vegetarian.
People Ethical Treatment of Animals?
People's...
That's not right, you've got that wrong.
People Ethical Treatment of Animals!
Please!
I think you say people at the beginning to get their attention. People! And then they look to you and you're ethical treatment animals! Like that, and then the animals are alright. Russell is in second place in the Sexiest Vegetarian of the Year. He won it last year. Thank you, Karen. Judge John Deed is taking the early lead in annual Sexiest Vegetarian poll. Who judged John Deed?
Who judged John Deed?
Who Judge John Deed? Who is he? I demand some information.
It says here, Judge John Deed star Martin Shaw is the lead among men in a poll just launched on PETA.
He can't win it. I'm against him with every ounce of my being.
He's been a hit with British viewers for more than 30 years since he was in The Professionals. He's leaving...
I'm against him.
Why?
Well, it's preventing me from being a sexy vegetarian. Now, a lot of people would say that this poll is spurious and meaningless. Not me. I want to win. So go to PETA, that's PETA.org.uk, and would you mind voting and making me win that, please? Because I don't know, I won it last year and I didn't even get nothing. I didn't get a certificate or anything, but I am able to feel when I go to sleep at night that I am the sexiest vegetarian, which makes me feel a lot better about the way I treat my soya bacon and various vegetarian products that I cuddle as I drift off into an ancient slumber.
What's the point of being sexy vegetarian? Why those two things have nothing to do with each other?
There's no corollary, really. There's no correlation.
No, sorry, no what?
Corollary. There's no corollary. Sorry, I feel weak. I need some iron. I'm just going to have a hamburger. I think it's, there is no direct corollary between being a vegetarian and being a sexy vegetarian. I mean, yeah, they might as well say vegetarian who's best at fighting, but that's something I would not have a chance of winning. So please vote for me to win that thing and see if I can get a present from them. Hold on. What about last week, right? The sun thing. Do you remember, Dale, I need that. Dale, our bleeding engineer, is taking vital parts of the show and wandering off with them. Dale, you've done two things that are insulting there. One, you're reading the paper during the show. 2, you're drunk. 3, there's emails here saying, Russell, are you constantly mentioning Rose West? Because Dale... Yeah, look at this. This is from Paul from London. Terrific show. While perusing the online Hawaii photos, it occurred to me that the reason for your incessant references to Rosemary West is your technician Dale. He bears an uncanny resemblance to the serial killer. Every listener should check out photo 8 of 63 on the BBC website. That's Paul from London. Dale, you've got a doppelganger in London. Well, not London, some nick somewhere. Rose West. you do look a bit like her. Called that's Paul from London's Views, not mine. Just in case you share any of her other proclivities. Right. So here's another thing I wanted to go on about. Remember last week I read out this thing out of the Sun where it goes, oh, this picture should please Russell Brand haters, right? And I goes, right, will you give the Sun a ring and say they're not to criticise me because you know there's a picture of me in cold blood, which is on 20th of June, right? I was the Sun sort of printed a photograph on their TV Biz page edited by Sarah Nathan, and I sort of goes, oh, don't say that, and like, you know, I goes on this radio show, I goes, give them a ring and tell them not to say that, and obviously people must have done because this is what has been printed in the Sun. Poor Russell Brand, he seems to have taken our picture caption of him in Saturday's column to heart. We showed him taking a pasting in ITV's Cold Blood and suggested the snap would please Russell haters. The sensitive swordsman below told his radio to sensitive swordsman. That's a good description. Now if there's a prize for that, if I could be the most sensitive vegetarian swordsman, I'd be up for that. Told his Radio 2 listeners to call TV Biz and tell us how lovely he is. Poor Diddums! Exclamation mark. They're exclaiming that. Why do you get your listeners to do your dirty work, Russell? Ring us yourself. If it's not already in your little black book, the number's at the top of the page. We wait with bated breath, you swine! Exclamation mark. Well, we'll just ring them up then. We'll ring them up now.
You shouldn't have done that because you've exposed. You shouldn't show weakness.
Shouldn't show weakness.
They're only joking.
Yeah, that's true, but let's just carry on with it until it becomes something that ingests us all, devours us all with its crazed power. Yeah, I think, well, yeah, maybe you're right. Do you think I should not have bothered?
No, it should just be water off a duck's back.
Should be water off a duck's back, but I don't know, I just like doing things like that because it shows that you're engaging with the world. It's interesting.
You certainly shouldn't send your fans in like those flying monkeys in Wizard of Oz.
It makes me feel all cuddled up, like when they send me a nice bra with perfume on it, a perfume bra, and knickers. Unusual things have been arriving. Yeah, what was I going to tell you about? Oh yeah, right, I went to see some sharks the other day. Did I tell you about seeing my sharks?
Yes, you did, yes.
Guess what happened, right? I went swimming with some sharks in a shark cage.
You told us this last week, by the way. You are delirious.
Right, and then, well, listen to this, then the next day, Edward Norton and one of his mates went, and they went swimming outside the shark cage. Like as if it was a challenge.
Really?
They went outside the shark cage. That's reckless, isn't it?
I'd love to meet this man you think's Edward Norton. Poor guy. Probably some Dutch bloke called Chris. Just, that's Edward Norton, he's been outside the cage. It's all in your head. How do you know that? How do you know he went outside the cage?
Because the makeup lady told me. Makeup lady goes, Edward Norton went outside. Well, she's from America.
She's trying to lure you out of the cage, mate.
Do you think she's trying to get me killed in a shark attack? But I did tell her I'd give anything to be more like Edward Norton. Whatever he does, I shall surely do in an attempt to emulate him. Her response was, he swam outside a shark cage just yesterday. Here's the number of the shark cage experience. Would you like me to call it for you while reaching for a phone and pushing me towards a boat? Yeah, perhaps this is an attempt on my life. So, hold on, bring it when it's alright, when the ringing's good. Put it through the desk straight away. So, yeah, right, okay, so, yeah, I think we're ringing that Sun now. Okay. Yeah, well, actually, oh, it's ringing, that's the Sun. I can't imagine that anyone at the Sun's in. That's... Hello?
Hi, you've reached Emma Cox, Deputy TV Editor on The Sun. I'm not here. Please either leave a message or, if it's very urgent, call my mobile 077
Oh, no!
4747.
Look, talk over it. Don't ring a mobile. That'd be mad. That horn! Thank God we've got the horn!
Don't say that.
Hello, Emma, you said to give you a ring and everything, so I have done, but, like, since then I've realised that it don't really matter whether what you say and that, because it's, Matt says it's got to be water up a duck's bottom, hasn't it, Matthew? Matthew?
Yes.
Yeah, so, anyway, just, really, it seems that we've rung you with not that much really to say. Oh, how are you? How is the column? Is it going well? And also everyone at the column, I see it's not just you, it's Sarah, Emma and Colin Robertson. Yeah, we've got a new television programme, publicise it a bit. It comes out in September on Channel 4. It's going to be ever so good. It's called, what's it called, Matthew?
We don't know yet.
We're not sure yet, but it'll be a television programme. I hope you're well then. Love you. But we should probably say something while we've got the answer machine going before the beep comes. Matthew, is there anything we could tell them that's relevant?
What, like give them a scoop?
Yeah, give him a scoop. Hold on, we're going to think of a scoop
I know
for
what.
you.
Judge John Deed star Martin Shaw eats meat.
Judge John Deedstar, Martin Shaw, killed with his bare hands a deer. What he done, he was driving down a country lane, he smashed into a deer, he got out of the car, then ate it, and then the bit he didn't eat, he had sex with. Would you mind putting, I think that your readership should know about that. Thanks very much. Bye, love you, bye! Yeah. Right. Bye then, that's the end of Sun. Oh, gone. Oh, that was good, yeah. Well done, Matt, for thinking of something to say there. Otherwise, we'd have just been, you know, I should think of what I'm doing before I do it. So, yeah, give us a ring, 0500 288 291, or text us if you like. Mikey, send us some phone calls, we'll ring up some normal people. What are we going to listen to now, this thing that you and G are into?
The Maytals.
Yeah, listen to Maytals. What is it? It's in that film, This Is Britain. Is that what's called?
This is England.
Or is this Britain? This is Britain!
Is this Britain? Is that what you're going to say at the airport? Is this I've been ever so lost? I was on an island.
This is Britain. Am I famous now? Can I have a cuddle?
Did you know,
yeah. Maytals 5446 was my number. That is a record out of. Is this England? Is it? Oh, this is England. This is England, isn't it?
It's good though, isn't it? Good bass line.
It's nice. Good what? Bass line?
Yeah, ding,
yeah,
ding,
oh,
ding,
yeah.
ding, ding, ding.
I like that. That was in St Kills, wasn't it? That was in St when we was growing up, dancing at school.
Yeah.
Now,
What? Don't make us sound like we went to the same school and danced together.
Do you remember you used to wear that little miniskirt and when you were selling kitchen roll as a child, all dressed up as a little tranny all his life, little tranny Matt Morgan.
Yes.
I'm surprised we haven't had more people confirming that. If you've seen that advert on the telly and would like to confirm, that Matt Morgan does look like that, then do, because I'm trying to really hammer it into him till he's afraid to leave the house. So also though, remember we're right against consumerism on this programme, in spite of me incessantly begging for gifts. Mostly though, it's just The Apprentice and bras, which, you know, I don't think that's a supporting like the military industrial complex or nothing. So,
yes, it is. Bras are a symbol of oppression of women. And The Apprentice is about business and, like, you know, elitism.
Damn. You're right! Right, once I've watched that series of it, we're bringing sugar down.
Burn your bra, Russell. Burn your bra.
Oh, I really like how they look and smell and those boobs that are in them. Damn! But if we burn the bras, I suppose that means the boobs are going to be more moving about. So there is a positive thing there right away. And of course women won't be so bloody oppressed. I don't think it is a symbol of female oppression. It's just because it, you know, I don't know. I think it's good to have a bra. Plus they're dashed sexy, aren't they? Lynn, right, who looks after my house, right, her son John, Lynn looks after my house. She keeps it all nice, except for that she's never put a foot wrong, except once when she cut my cat's nuts off when I went on holiday. I went away for a week, came back, the cat had no nuts. God knows what's going to happen this time. I've been away 2 months. He'll probably wear a wig and smoke fags now. She's probably sent it to Huntingdon Life Sciences, but you know we've probably got some nice shampoo.
Now you've got a bigger house. Has she got a bigger working class cupboard where she stores
a working class? Lynn, yeah, my housekeeper's got a like, because me, I'll only eat things like that are organic and sort of nice. Like Lynn's got this cupboard and it's got white sugar, tea, sort of like biscuits, crack, heroin, all filthy condiments. Anyway, her lad John, young John Ryder, is now like the national middleweight amateur or no, sort of, I don't know, there's some special title, but he won a boxing championship. He's a boxing champion, young John. He's only 18, and I've been saying I'd say congratulations for a couple of weeks, and since I get back tomorrow, I thought better do the congratulations in case he decides to, like, in case it's worked him up and he decides to punch me or something using his newfound boxing talent. So well done, John, for becoming a boxing champion. And also anyone else who is now a boxing champion. Well done. Well done with the old boxing, you little lovely
It's finally
boxers.
worth it. Now, all that, you know, all that training, now that you've said. Well done.
Well done, mate. Well done on the boxing.
Good on ya.
Yeah. I had to go at some boxing. It's bloody hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exhausting. Exhausting. People punch you in the face. It's horrible. So, you know, I must say I've got nothing but respect for the boxing community. Also, right,
You
listen to
did
this.
prepare for that boxing match by drinking a bottle of gin, though.
Vodka, that was, actually.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was...
I'm sorry. I wasn't just totally aware of your training regime.
That's isotonic, that is vodka. John Barnes drinks that. It makes you fit as a fiddle. All you need before any bout is a bottle of vodka. Just get out there and show 'em who's boss. I started crying before I'd even been hit.
You started crying on the Stairmaster thing that they used to try and get your heart beat up a bit.
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell. I gave it a cuddle. I gave the Stairmaster a cuddle and told it it was my best mate. I should never have got involved in a boxing game. It's a mugs game. No, except for you, John. Nice work, son. Happy congratulations on winning that boxing thing. Happy congratulations to you. Right, now, I've got a few important things. Hannah is on the line. Hannah, hello. Are you all right, love? Hannah.
Fine.
Hannah, there you
hi.
are. Are you all right, dear?
I can't believe I'm talking to you. My heart's going so fast.
Don't worry about it. Imagine that you were drunk and on a Stairmaster. It'd be right out of control. I tell you that for nothing. And you were about to have a boxing match with your own father, as I once was in a former incarnation. So, Hannah, here's some of my questions. Are you all right?
I am wonderful, thank you.
What you doing?
I'm currently babysitting.
Who for? A baby of some kind?
No, she's actually quite old. I'm in the garden, so
Do you
don't
know-
wake her up.
Well, you're in the garden. That's not very good. God, Christ. Right, for God's sake, keep an eye on her. Now, I remember when I was a lad and the babysitter would come from, like, my mum made me have babysitters till I was too old, right? When I was about 12, 13, maybe even a bit older than that. And I remember thinking that there was potential for me to pull the babysitter, chat her up, and maybe get off with her. Now, do you babysit for anyone that's a boy in that age group?
No, they're all under the age of 8.
Fair enough. There's no point in that then, is there?
Yeah, that's upsetting, really.
How old are you?
I'm 17.
Oh, wow, you're 17. Okay, fair enough. In that case, I probably shouldn't be talking to you like that. Now, Hannah, what is it you're calling
mind at all.
What are you calling about?
I had an idea to further the revolution.
Good. About time too, because a lot of our policies are a bit ill-conceived. Mostly it focuses on trying to bring back a Cocoa Pop advert, and I don't know if that's going to help people in developing nations.
Well, this is heading towards sort of propaganda-wise rather than policy, but I figured as a sort of homage to your trying to cram words into the news every week.
Yes, yes.
There's billions of students across the country doing exams at the moment, and if you gave them all a word, that we could sneak into our exam papers if that were possible.
Yes, well, and then that could...
You could infiltrate the academic system.
Right, we can get into the academic system. I've got a letter from a lad who's a soldier, right? He says he's going to help us bring down the military. I'll find that bloody letter in a minute. You're right, that's a... Where's that bloody letter? What?
Well,
What,
honestly,
Matt?
with these two leads, I don't know what's going to happen. Gordon Brown, you know, he's taking over a sinking ship here.
He's taken over a sinking ship. Good luck, Gordon, because I tell you, we've got a soldier and a student, and we've pretty much got it all covered. Where is he? Where's my soldier gone? Where's my bloody soldier? Oh, no. Yeah, will you help me find that email from a soldier, please? I can't find it. Well, right, okay, so all students, if you're doing an exam, write, what should we write, Hannah, on the papers?
I have no idea. That's up to you.
I think something along the lines of, Judge John Deed star Martin Shaw kills and then mates with any animal he can. It's the only thing he lives for. So put something about No, I like Martin Shaw, he was in the professionals, but nonetheless, when it comes to vegetarian contests, we've got to be ruthless. So, yeah, just slander Judge John Deed. We're starting off the revolution on quite minor, small-scale fronts, but we're going to move on to things like the abolition of currency and all religions, so that we're all nice and in all lovely, delicious peace and everything.
All right, I'll try and cram that into my lit essay tomorrow, then.
Get it in there, Hannah. Get it right in your lit essay.
Subtly, yeah.
Wait, and Hannah, before you go, look, I found this electronic letter. It's off Brian Christie. Hello, Russell. First off, good show. I download it every week and listen to it. Now my main point. That's brilliant. That was just small talk. I am an ex-soldier and would like to offer my services to you for the revolution. I could contact my military friends and drum up support for you, thus enabling you to stage a bloody coup on Downing Street. I think we might be anti-violence. I'm not sure. I think that's our position. Then everyone can be equal, except my boss, who is a sex word. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. If not, though, you could at least give me a mention so I can have a second of fame in which to bask for the remainder of my life and use the story to bore my children and their children for all of my life. Brian Christie. Your children will not be bored, Brian, because we're going to use your military contacts to stage a bloodless, glorious coup in ice cream vans, all packed up with soldiers but dressed up like ice cream men, though, with no trousers and pants on, all with ice cream cones, raging against the machine. It sounds delicious. Right, so we've got the academic system covered, we've got the military covered, the revolution's in good shape. Hannah, do you feel confident in our glorious new era?
I absolutely do.
Well done, love. Thank you very much for your call. Take it easy. No, it's all right. It's nice talking to you. Enjoy your babysitting and everything, and good luck with your exams. Good luck everyone with exams.
Love you,
yeah, love you. Take care. Love you. Bye, bye. Love you. Bye. Remember though, it don't matter if you don't have no exams, because me and Matt, I don't think we've got any. And
what? I've got loads.
Have you? You little twerp. What ones have you got?
Name one.
English.
I've got a B at in English.
Did you? I bet you was trying.
I got a B at A level in English literature.
Did you? You little square.
I got 3 A's, 3 B's, 2 C's and a D at GCSE, and then I got 4 A levels. Got a B in English literature. I can't remember.
You're right, little confused.
Crazy days.
Crazy days. Right now, someone bought me a certificate to go to Monkey World. I've got a monkey that I've adopted, Charlie. Charlie the monkey. He's mine now, right? And if you've seen the programme Monkey Business, you'll know that Charlie is one of the best monkeys there. Now, I'm going down that Monkey World, and I'm getting him, because I'm not leaving him there. They don't know what they're doing with monkeys there. I'm going to get him. I'm going to dress him up in the brass and knickers I get sent through the mail, and just make him sort of my little monkey wife, cuddle him right up. How do you like that, Apples, Matthew? Which is a phrase we've got.
I don't think PETA would be into that.
No, and it might compromise my sexy vegetarian status if people find out that I do have a monkey dressed in lingerie that I keep with me and live with as my common law wife. I also listen to this.
What does that mean,
right?
common law wife? If you're not actually married, but you've lived with her for so long that.
They think, oh, you might as well be your wife now. For God's sake, you're not going to get anyone else. You've been stuck together so long, you pair of twerps. Yeah, I don't like the sound of common law wife. I don't like this, oh, my common law wife's in the car, stupid cow. I try to have it off with my common law wife, but she hit me in a windpipe. Yeah, common law wife. It undermines the whole institution of marriage. If I want it sort of like, yeah, sexy law wife or something like that, some better sounding phrase. Right, guess what, mate? Right, now, and everyone check this out for some home truths. Right, this bloke had a pet monkey, right, like how I've got one now, but lives down Monkey World, right?
What, you adopt it, sort of thing?
Yeah, you adopt it. This bloke, yeah, you adopt it. I'm obviously going to leave mine there with the experts, not going to employ the system I did with baby birds when I was a kid. Get them baby birds, stick them in the back of the at walker, wait for them to die on their diet of crashed up Smarties. And, like, with the monkey...
You're sliding down this pole badly, mate.
Oh, no! I loved them little... But I was trying to help, I just didn't have the information. I would try as hard to save them little things, right? Listen to this, right? This bloke had a pet monkey in the Michael Jackson style. He had it living at his house, right? Then he took it to a monkey sanctuary to live there because he was kinder for it, right? And on its birthday, he went to visit the monkey with his wife, and he was living with loads of other monkeys in the sanctuary. He gave it a birthday cake, and the other monkeys were so angry that they tore the man's face off out of anger and jealousy. What? They were jealous. Well, just that thing that I said just then, that again, but louder. Honestly, that did happen.
Oh my God.
Like, monkeys have got a strict hierarchical system.
They tore the cake up.
No, they didn't. They might have done that at some point, but they didn't report that in the story, probably because it was relegated because a man got his face torn off. They thought, if a reporter has gone, also, look, they've ruined that cake, someone will probably go, well, yeah, we must focus on the main thrust of the story, which is a man has lost his face.
Hang on a minute, when did this happen?
2004. I think.
Blimey.
Around 2004. Yeah, have a look on it on the internet, it's definitely true, right? So, like, that's terrible, isn't it, that the other monkeys are so ungracious? So if you are visiting monkeys, remember, always get a present for all of them. Like, I expect, Matt, you've got lots of siblings, and I expect on one of, say it's your brother's birthday, did you get a little present as well to calm you down?
No. Oh, yes, we did. When we were kids, it was called an unbirthday present.
You said that no now, like as if you're still bitter. No, I didn't. It was my brother's birthday yesterday, and all I got was a fistful of mouldy salmon that I jammed down my throat while looking at a clock. Oh, it's almost midnight. Like Cinderella, hitching up your petticoats, cleaning up the kitchen, stuffing loads of salmon. It's Matt Morgan. Right, okay, lots of things is happening in our world.
Is that true, that man's face got pulled off by monkeys because he gave a cake to a monkey?
Yeah, he gave it to one monkey. The other monkeys was furious.
Why did he go in there? Why didn't he just ask? That's stupid.
I'd have just pushed the cake through the bars. Give him an angel cake, or something, a Battenberg cake, something that would fit through bars, poke it through.
Do you
with
think
a
the monkey
stick
was left with the cake and just thought, well, this is soured now, somewhat. But the scene I've just witnessed.
This cake is delicious, but frankly, this will always be remembered as the birthday where Bernard had his face torn off. Like, I had a birthday cake
I was
once.
so upset. I mean, I've eaten one of the candles. I don't know if that's going to kill me or what.
I'll go the same way.
Oh, well done, guys. Yeah, way to ruin my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to you as well, yeah? I thought he was going to give me the bumps. You've just ripped my owner's face off. Well done. What are you going to do for Christmas? Have it off with my wife? What's next? Come on. Yeah, monkey protocol. Who knew that monkeys had such strong protocols about birthday? And we're only 1% genetically different from a monkey, aren't we? So let's, for God's sake, be careful with each other. As one philosopher remarked, bearing in mind the nature of man, it is not a miracle that there's violence in the world, but that there isn't more. That, you know, we're such savage creatures beneath the surface. Yes, I was, actually. A book called Things That I Know to Be True, an encyclopedia of facts. Here, my bookie book's coming out soon. You excited to read it, Matt?
I'm allowed to read that before. I've actually looked into this legally.
Oh, you've done what, on the internet? Because I'm writing a bookie book. You come out of it, you're got in the film of my life, which would be a bloody lovely little smashing movie. You'd be getting a very good part. You should be grateful.
What? Is there a film of your life?
No, but if there was, you should be grateful in that hypothetical world.
Why should I be grateful? I've known you for ages. I've done loads of things with you, so therefore I should be grateful that then they haven't edited me out of the film. This Matt guy, he's bringing the whole thing down.
Well, I'm just about now to go back and amend my autobiography to include a whole chapter called Matt Morgan stuffing salmon down his face like Cinderella because he's a impoverished wreck.
No, I just hate wasted food. You know, it was a huge thing of salmon. I thought I've got to eat some of that. And
why are you buying so much salmon?
I don't know.
You're like Mary Antoinette, you are, except let them eat salmon. It's the way you're living. The decadence is unforgivable. Oh, yeah, there's an email about this advert here. It's from Johnny. Hello, Russell and Matt, and to a lesser extent, Mikey, who is not the best. Oh, don't attack Mikey. We like him, really. And G, of course. There's a lot of people think G's sexy nowadays, I notice. A lot of them, they're well after him. Yeah, a lot of people think we want to have sex with him. There you go.
He loves it.
That's how G celebrates life. That's how he releases these spores. I
What's
agree.
going on about sports? There's 2 minutes to the news, Russell, so don't, you know, drag
So
yourself.
what? Who cares? This is the news. What I'm about to read's the news, alright? So who cares what else is happening? I agree that Matt does look like the men from the Bounty advert. However, although it was merely in jest, it's not nice for you to call Matt a hermaphrodite and a tranny as an insult. This is depressing. Not for Matt, I'm sure he's used to it by now, but for transgender people. To be fair, I can't tell, having never had any contact with a transgender person, but it seems to me that using hermaphrodite as an insult is as bad, if not worse, as using gay as an insult. Also, tranny is a derogatory term. Thanks for your consideration. Right, sorry, transgender people. Yeah, what?
I remember just then when you did a stand-up gig, and you.
Oh my God!
Do you remember that?
That was ridiculous, yeah. I was talking about, it was when I was doing Big Brother, and that lady, who was it? Nadia, yeah, that transsexual Nadia won it. I did a bit of stand-up. We'll tell that story after the news, yeah? Can you remember bits of it, Matthew?
Yeah.
I did some, oh dear, that was a berserk evening. Bloody awful, that was. Yeah, the worst thing that could happen when doing stand-up about transsexuals happened to me in a room. It was only a little room, about 30 people in it. It was ridiculous. So yeah, I forgot all about that. That was quite interesting. Okay, after the news, which is coming up real soon, we're going to be reading more of your emails. We'll do some more phone calls. Might ring up Noel Gallagher, give the show a bit of kudos. He ain't spoke to him since his birthday either. If you want to ring us, it's 0500 288 291. Send us text 88291. Send us email emails. You know how to do the emails by now. OK, then. Right. Well, you know, the world keeps moving on. We can't stop the relentless march of time. This is Radio 2. This is the news coming right up to you. 88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from the BBC.
Online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2. Russell Brand.
You're listening to Radio 2. That was the Jackson 5. I want you back. I want you back. That's what I want to happen, is for you to come back. And before that, it was the news with all sorts of things, what's been happening on our little old planet. Matt, you all right, mate?
Yes, very good.
Good, good. What are you doing? Did you get bored during the news and try and scoff down a load of caviar that was half price or something? Good,
Drew
good.
a little picture and just, you know, focused on the show.
Focused on the show and your pictures. He does like to do little drawings. That's one of the things I miss about doing the show from Hawaii. He's been peer across the desk. Could see Matt doodling away with his tongue fixed firmly in the corner of his mouth, happily drawing merry-go-rounds and imaginary friends for himself to keep him occupied. This is from Lizzie. Hi, Russell. Yeah, it's Lizzie, baby.
Well, you're
Hi,
meant to be
Russell.
telling the story about
what?
when you did stand-up.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
All right, we'll do that. We'll remember all the details. That'll be a smashing little tale. I'll just do this. We'll do that story about that transgender issue in a second. Matthew, well remembered. Oh, he's supposed to be doing that thing about a transgender.
Do not speak like that.
Yes, you do. Hi, Russell. Just thought I'd send you an email to tell you that the word of the revolution has spread. I was watching something about the two Ronnies, and Ronnie Corbett was showing some of his favourite sketches, and between them he would talk about the sketch and do a joke, and one was that his manager was on the phone shouting at him or something like that, and then when he puts the phone down, he said something like, I better carry on till Russell Brand takes over. Now I know how Tony Blair feels. This could either mean that Tony Blair is worried about Gordon Brown taking over, or he has heard about the revolution, which is much more likely. Oh, and I thought you'd tell you that Cocoa Pops has a different jingle. Is Cocoa Pops makes a bowl full of fun. We know about that now, Lizzie. Hope you had a good birthday in Hawaii. I did. It was all right. There were sharks. Edward Norton cuddled one, though, apparently. So, yeah, that's good. So that at least we know that Corbett is aware of the revolution. And it sounds to me like Ronnie Corbett is well on side. He could be useful, I imagine. We could send him, like, in a network. Once we've got the military, of course, Brian's going to get their military on side. I don't know. Perhaps we can dress Ronnie Corbett up like a little general and just push him about on a skateboard just to keep people's spirits up. There's an email here. What, Matt?
I'm a bit worried about Brian. Do you think he's got,
Why are you
like,
worried about him?
he's kept his rifle from the army? He polishes
He might
it.
have done. He might have, yeah. No, he said he'd got kids and that, hasn't he? So he's probably, you know, I reckon he's a father now. I don't reckon he's like a sort of a Rambo-style character waiting to go off. I think he's keeping his head together. Brian, I hope so, mate, because we've given him control over the Defence Ministry. So, you know, I hope
You
he's
should
not
get
going to
him
abuse
as
that
a
great power.
bodyguard. One day you'll need a bodyguard.
Yeah, I wouldn't like. I'd like a fleet of bodyguards. Actually, thinking about it, I'll have women ones, like hard women. Like when sometimes you go to a club and it's a hard woman on the door. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, but
What?
Don't know.
What you go on? Say something sexist. Go on. Because go on, say something sexist. This is from Sarah. Dear Russell, I very much enjoyed your show last week. Would like to add some things. Firstly, the old sexism thing. I'm sure you don't think of women as objects. Well, not unless I fancy them. No, sorry, I'm mucking around. But the word bird has those connotations, so why don't you just not use it? What's wrong with saying woman or their actual name? Woman could be a bit sexist if you did that to address them. Woman! Where is my latest orgasm? Do that noise in the studio. Oh, you boys. Where's someone groping around for that horn? I bet that's what it's like having it off with Mr. G. Him scribbling on his notepad by the bed, letting off his horn. So what's wrong with saying woman or their actual name? I can see where you're coming from regarding the working class issue, but just because it's what everyone said when you're growing up, it doesn't make it okay. Otherwise, people could use that as an excuse for anything. We're meant to progress. Also, you and Matt do laugh quite a lot about gay stroke camp men. I'm sure you don't mean it or unaware, but both these things help to reinforce the views held by some people that women and gay men don't deserve the same respect as straight men and could be laughed at or referred to in derogatory terms because they're less important.
No, but we've uncovered the issue that straight men get, you know, there's a lot of, you know, whatever the ism is about men.
Oh, I know that. Where's that word? There's a word for it. You know, we was wondering what misogyny is. Yeah, here, this is from someone in New Zealand.
Homogeny.
Jean,
No.
Homogeny, that's making everything the same or doing some milk. Here, Anyway, you've probably already found out that the male version of misogyny is misandry. We hadn't found that out because we literally do misandry, misogyny, misandry. Yeah, so there it is. I thought I'd let you know anyway and just say hi. I'm coming to England in 6 weeks to catch one of your gigs. Can I join the cult while I'm there? Do you do long-distance membership? Yes, you can belong to the revolutionary cult. All you have to do is just say, I'm a member of it now, and then be fiercely loyal and do anything you can to destroy the reputation of one of England's cherished actors, Martin Shaw. Although, where's this email? Some young lass sent me this thing. Oh, look, this is from Rachel, age 17. Hello, Russell and Matt. Listening to your radio show, I like the idea of putting words into our exams. I will attempt to add one into my English A-level on Monday. I'm not sure how it relates
What's the point, though, of doing that?
I don't know, that girl suggested it. Let's encourage her. She's on the right track. Well, it would just be weird, wouldn't it? Because all the examiners will think, why have all these exam papers got attacks on Judge John Steed written in them? And it will confuse them, and that'll make them feel less confident.
If they all had, they need to come to the same source, that they're all to the same point. So they all go,
yeah.
Hang on, did yours have? Yeah, mine did. And that's, you know, they probably don't. People just mark those things. They won't, you know, it doesn't go to a central source.
Well, don't you reckon the examiners chat in the cafe at lunch?
I think people just get sent those exams and mark them at home.
They mark them at home?
Yeah.
They might not be focused. What if they're probably watching something on the telly, wandering around, still stinking of last night's booze?
I know.
Burping, scratching themselves, then casually marking an exam. No wonder the standards have slumped. Mind you, the standards have gone up. And I say hats off to those examiners. Anyway, only one problem, says Rachel, 17. I love Judge John Deed. He always knows what to do, never does any wrong. However, if you say he eats meat, even though he declares he's a vegetarian, I suppose I'll take your word for it. I'll convince my friends to take part in the revolution. Rachel, Judge John Steed eats meat and has sex with gammon. That is all you need to know. And put that in your exams. And if that doesn't get you through your 12th night examination, there's something very, very wrong with this country. So, yeah, all right, language, difficult, because I know that, I read that thing that happened in Big Brother, that girl using racist language, daft cow. Sounds like she was probably just a bit daft as opposed to virulently, dangerously racist.
Cow, that's sexist.
Oh, shit. Oh, no, now I've sworn. It's getting worse.
Say sorry, quickly.
Sorry for swearing. I don't mean it, and I'm not endorsing swearing. I only swore because I was worried that I'd been sexist. I'm against swearing in all its forms. Bloody stuff. This isn't, oh, not that. Light swearing's alright. Oh, no, I'm in a moral maze. I'm in a linguistic...
I've got this one.
I would like to back Matthew Morgan's comments of that is my true feelings on all subjects. I'm against everything that ain't nice, alright? So there it is. I don't think you should be sexist. I don't think you should be racist. I don't think you should be horrible to anyone. I think just be all lovely and cuddly. Not in a woolly way, but in a, like, the force of God is soaring through all of us. Let's be powerfully beautiful.
Okay,
not in a woolly, wet way. No, you won't fade me down. We'll have this. Come on, let's tell that story about that transsexual thing. So I was, like, in Camden doing stand-up in front of about 30 people, and it was at the time I was doing, I think it was the first time I'd done Big Brother, and Nadia was in it, and I started thinking about, like, yeah, I was thinking about, like, the transgender issue, and I was thinking out loud on a stage, which is never wise.
I seem to remember you saying something about, what do I do with their willy afterwards? Use it as a draft excluder.
You said that! You tried to get me to say that!
No,
right,
that's what you said. That's why you were saying things like that.
No, hold on, I can remember some of the things I said. I goes, oh, it's weird to the transgender issue, because they say, I feel like I'm a man. But I goes, how would you know what a man feels like if you... No, yeah, they say, I feel like a woman. But I go, how would you know what a woman feels like if you were born a man? That's like saying, I feel like I'm a helicopter, right? Or something like that. That's what I said, and I was being deliberately frivolous. And then I started to get sort of quite... graphic about, like, the anatomical and biological realities of it, and, like, sort of the transformation of a penis into a clitoris, right? And, like, this person in the front row, this woman in the front row started going, well, you know, it's a simple procedure. No, woman, because it was, you know, yeah, so you say woman, don't you? That's the whole point. Once someone's cut their willy off, like, you know, and you can't then still call them a man, mate. That's going to upset them, right? So this woman was able to answer the questions very accurately, and I went, sort of, you know a lot about it? And she went, yeah, that's because I used to be a man, and I've had a transgender operation. And and I went, oh, well, this is awkward. And I just think, oh, yeah, what do I feel like? What? It's like saying I feel like a helicopter. Well, draft excluder. Oh, what your dad? You couldn't get the willing to be a clearance. The really sort of quite puerile view of the whole topic of transgender operations. And it turned out that there was someone there that had been through that very procedure. So, I have got cause to be sensitive towards people. You're quite right, I wouldn't use tranny as a derogatory term. I thought it was just alright. Do you remember that time, Matt, when we went round that adult baby service woman's house and there was a transvestite round? Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Have we ever spoke about? That was a bit balmy, wasn't it?
We were making a TV. Well, we weren't making a TV programme. We had a camera.
We were out of our minds. We went to feel like, you know them adult baby people, right, everyone? They dress up as what they do is they dress up as a baby, then go around a prostitute's house and just go things like, oh, mummy, I've wet my nappy. Stuff like that. They like it. And who's to say there's anything wrong with that? Who's to judge them, right? And we thought, oh, that sounds like a laugh. So me and Matt got a camera, phoned up this lady that offered that service. She was a prostitute. We went round her house, goes, oh, can we film you and we'll do all this? And I had this big, me and Matt, such idiots. We got a nappy from a joke shop. and she was just goes, oh, come, let's just have a drink. Yeah, there's a great big pin in it. It was stupid. It was out of scale, the pin. The pin was about the size of an arm, right? And then, we went, she goes, oh, let's just have a drink. And, I didn't drink anymore. So Matt was, I don't know, I don't think Matt was drunk either, actually, thinking about it. But that prostitute lady got drunk.
The thing was, when we first got there was this beautiful blonde woman, and she was brushing her hair.
in a blue dress. And me and Matt were, nudging each other, going, hello, and luck's in, all right, sir, this don't look at all bad, don't mind if I do. And then it became clear that the person brushing their hair was an ex-fireman called Steve. And isn't it mad that it was the really masculine job that she'd done? It was odd though, because when she was a man, she was a fireman, and now she'd become dressed up as a woman and became a woman. She was a prostitute. That's no, fireman surely is more help in a fire situation.
But it's good
at least.
though, because she's still got the skills and the knowledge.
Right, so if there had been a fire. Yeah, if there'd been a fire in that situation...
There's a lot of prostitutes buildings, so, not probably the best health and safety.
No, because it's difficult to regulate because it's generally considered illegal. So anyway, then we realised that was a man, or had formerly been a man, and we thought, oh no, we won't chat her up anymore because we weren't into it. We were just lads. And then that one went home, and then we just stayed there with that prostitute for a while. And this adult baby service was aggressive. She just kept hitting me really hard with a carpet beater. You know, in the Beano, if they hit a carpet.
Got away from there.
Well, it was mental. We liked it though at the time. Just kept beating me really hard with this carpet beater until the nappy was all exploding and all feathers was coming out of the nappy, or bits of fluff and that, and it looked like Christmas. It looked like a snowstorm with me getting it on the arse.
We thought this is brilliant. We're going to get a TV show commissioned off this.
We'll get awards from this. This is great. Then she goes, come through the bedroom. She was more drunk. Matt said she looked a bit like a Sesame Street character with a drop-down aubergine nose. I thought she was pretty sexy and looked a bit like the housekeeper out of Tom and Jerry. She was a big sort of lady. I thought she was all right. Then we went to her bedroom. She goes, let's go bedroom now. Took us in the bedroom, and always these sort of prostitution boudoirs have a sort of a depressing air to them quite often. She didn't live there all the time. She just used that flat to have it off in. And she then attached loads of I was just in this nappy. She goes, go on then, wee yourself.
Don't say all this.
All right, and
it
then
just
I
went
may
on
or
for
may
ages,
not
and it was ridiculous.
weed myself.
Then
there was lots
things
of
you wouldn't do to a baby, like put
nothing.
clothes
You
pegs
should
on
never.
it.
Never put clothes pegs on a baby's boobs and genitals. I went through loads of pegs. Then she tipped loads of wax over my most intimate part from about 1 centimetre away.
I got bored, didn't I? I was just texting.
Matt there's a really amazing bit where you can see, we've still got the footage somewhere. There's Matt with a camera filming it. You can see me. I'm laying on a bed.
You're having things done to you which were...
Yeah. All pegs and wax tipped on my naked body, right? And you can see, and she's got a mirrored wardrobe in there, and you can see a reflection of Matt filming it, and he ain't even watching. He's texting on his phone. I'm laying on a bed being sexually tortured. Matt's sending a text message.
It went on forever.
Right, like he's bored of it. It did go on. Then
we hadn't even organised anywhere to sleep that night, so we had to ask her if we could stay there. We had to sleep in her disgusting bed, and she went home to her house.
Yeah, she went home to her house and left me and Matt in the prostitute flat. Matt didn't like sleeping in her bed. I was fine, I weren't bothered. Matt was laying all towels everywhere, trying to protect himself in a like little baby grow that he was trying to make himself out of towels. I'm not sleeping on that. People have it off in here. Get into it, man. It's cool. Then we look around. Then the next day we rang her up and goes we rang up and goes I've pretended to be a policeman. Oh, hello there. My name is Constable Augustine from the Kent Constabulary. 2 lunatics escaped from an asylum yesterday, stole some camera equipment, and have been posing as a film crew for Channel 4. Have you encountered them? Because we've got them. We've got them now in custody, and one of them's got a lot of marks on his bot and things like that. And she was going, oh no, I've never met them. I never met them. And then she admitted that she'd met us and going, no, they're good lads. They're good lads. Well, one of them's got marks on his bot. No, I don't know how he'd have got those. I don't know. Well, he said it looks like he's been smacked on his bot. It was funny, wasn't it, us doing that?
He was mad. We were idiots.
But, oh, were we brilliant? And then we sent it to chat, like, we were to show John Noel, our agent, go, yeah, John, we've made this brilliant thing. They said, because he gave us money, go on then, go and make it. If you want to make a TV programme, go and make it and show us it when you get back. Then we showed him it, and the first bit of it was me naked on a bed, all covered in pigs. Yeah, and then something was happening. and he goes, you can't give that to Channel 4, you idiots. You belong in an hospital. It was ridiculous, really. I don't know what we were thinking.
There was a sweet part as well where we found a little toy snowman in a skip. And called it Meredith.
We called it Meredith, and I've still got that little snowman. I liked him because we needed something innocent to hold on to because our lives had gone all decadent and strange. Happy days, weren't they, Matt? That's in the autobiography, that story. That's in my bookie book. Yeah, it is. Come and see me on tour as well if you're not coming already, and half be good. Matt, why don't you come on tour? You'd half enjoy it.
You keep saying this, and perform?
Yeah! Do some spoken word. Oh, I've got nothing. You and G come along and do your horn act together. You can come out with your horn. Yeah, they are. Who wouldn't enjoy seeing that around the country's premier venues? Have a look at russellbrand.tv or go to my MySpace to have a look at it and come and see me do it. Right, okay then, let's listen to some bloody music. We talk so much, don't we? Don't we yak on, no? Oh, we talk. Right, so yeah, if you want to give us a ring, it's 0500 288 291, or you can email russ.brand@bbc.co.uk, or you can text 882 291. What are we going to listen to now? You couple of twerps.
Sublime.
What is that? Put it on then, I'll have a listen.
Okay, here we go.
You're listening to Russell Brand on Radio 2. That was Sublime. Tell us more about it, Matthew. What is it?
The song called Santeria. And it's...
That's very nice. See what you get for your birthday.
Nice summary, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's a summary. Yeah, nice. Now, look, I've got some things to say thanks for. Karen, thanks for my candle. Lindsay, thank you, Lindsay, for my bracelet. Valerie, thanks for a Jack Kerouac book. Me and Matt are off to recreate the journey of Jack Kerouac on the road soon for a TV programme. Watch out for that. That'll be good.
Candle and a bracelet? Yeah. Oh, sound like some
different people.
Girl in a turn of the century novel.
Thank you, Mr. Darcy. You've treated me... I keep it close to my bosom always and think of you. It's scented, of course, and a piece of your hair within it. And also, thanks, Noreen, for my aftershave, and happy 16th birthday on the 18th of June to you. Now, like, remember that we said a little while ago, I was fascinated, in fact, by that young lad who bought a hamster on Las Ramblas in Barcelona. Well, look, here's another story about a similar lad doing the same thing. Dear Russell, Matt and Mr. G, I'm an A-level student. He ain't put his name on it. Oh, yes, he has. He's called Charlie Lyons. That's a good name. He sounds like a white little geezer. He's an A-level student. Because he's at boarding school, I can't listen to your show live, but download the podcast every week. Congratulations being at #1 slot. We better still be at #1. Keep downloading it. The story of the guy who bought the hamster from one of the stores in Las Ramblas reminded me of a similar situation. We were on a school trip to Barcelona, staying with Spanish families. I bet you've done something like that, Matt, ain't you? Have you been to stay with French families?
Slovakian. I did it once.
You went to stay with a Slovakian family? How did it go? Was it alright?
Yeah, it was good, except they, drink loads of booze, and they even I think how old were we? 16 or 17, and they gave us huge in our lunch boxes. They gave us this beer that was like a pint and a half of beer, really strong, like 6% beer, and a big sandwich.
Beer for lunch?
Yeah, they don't think of beer as alcohol because they drink like this stuff called Slivovitzer, which is really strong.
Right, that mucks you up. So beer is just like Tizer or something.
Yeah.
Did you get on with them, or did the bed sheet smell funny? Was it weird? Was it like
No,
being
it's
at someone
nice
else's
actually.
house?
It was big. All the houses were built in communism, and I thought they'd be
cool,
but they were huge. They were massive houses. But I got
See,
into
the revolution's going to be brilliant. What, you got in trouble? Why? Buying knives?
No, I tried. There was we were in this nightclub, and then suddenly all the women went to one other room, and then this stripper came out, and I was on my own with the girl I was. You know, my exchange partner. This stripper came out and did this...
Exchange partner? That's the most unromantic description of sex I've ever heard. But go on, this stripper done what?
And she did this, like, sex show, and I had one of those disposable cameras, and I thought, this is brilliant, I've got to show my mates. And I took a photo, and it flashed, and the woman went, oh, and ran off. Backstage,
like
and these bouncers
her.
came out, and there was all people who were with us going, no, he's English, and they grabbed me by my hair. Well, they were going to beat you up if... They did, they grabbed me by my hair, banged my head on the wall, and then they took my camera off me, but they hadn't seen a disposable camera before, and they said they wanted to take the film out of it and give me the camera back. And it took them ages, and then they just gave me, it was all like foil and wires and bits of cardboard, and they gave me that back.
I've always wondered what was inside there, and now, thanks to you being such a deliciously perverse gentleman, I now know. So don't do that if you're on an exchange trip. Don't go to strip clubs. If you do go, I don't know, do it like. It
wasn't a strip club, it was just a normal club. Under a 24-hour
Don't try and dress
carriage.
this up, Matthew. You were in a brothel, taking photographs, and justice prevailed, as it always will. So this lad, Chris, what's his name? Charlie Lyons, he was wandering down Las Ramblas. On the way, we stopped by one of these stalls, him and his mate Benji. They said that €3 was reasonable for an hamster, so they got one. Without really thinking about it, we got it, took it back to the apartment. On the final day of the stay, however, Benji had become attached to the hamster and wanted to take it home. To get through customs, he got an empty loo roll holder, taped up one end, then he put the hamster inside and taped up the other end with tiny holes so it could breathe. This done, he sellotaped the tube to his penis. Once we were in the airport, we walked through the metal detector with no problems. Sadly, the creature died about a month ago, but given the stress of its early life,
you should have
I'd say
taken it off as soon as he arrived.
Yeah, shouldn't have just left it there for the rest of its life. What did it eat? Slowly chewing its way through Dinkle. I'd say 3 years is a good innings for a hamster that's had that start in life. Love to all, Charlie Lyons. It's good for a hamster that ain't had that start in life.
But you've got a mate, Petter must hate you by now, reading things like that and saying they're good.
Look, don't do it. Be a vegetarian, yeah? Be one. Give money to Petter.
What's Petter's stance on like having a pet cat
it's up to
and, you know, cutting its nuts off?
People for ethical treatment against animals. Well, I can't really speak for them, but I'm going to. I reckon they don't mind me having a cat. What was the other question?
Cutting its, you know.
Nuts off. Yeah, that's wrong. I should never have done that. But that was bloody Lynn's fault. She done it when I was away. Hello, Russell, says, Laura. Hello, Russell. You're just saying how your cat got his nuts off. Well, that was actually mad, but God, you write emails quickly. I was watching some disturbing programme on TV, as I do, she says, and some man had to get his dog done, and he got some silicone implants to replace his dog's nuts so he'd never know the difference. That's good, isn't it?
What?
So that's considerate. He replaced his dog's nuts with silicone nuts for the dog, so that the dog wasn't embarrassed. You're thinking of the dog boobs, Matt?
No,
what kind of... You should be banned for having pets for life.
Well, no. Well, yeah.
What were you thinking about?
I don't know. I thought he meant that he had those silicone breast things and he put those in there.
Yeah. You were thinking it'd be nice to have a dog with boobs, weren't you? So that you could cuddle it and love it.
Last week you said you'd like
us?
to have sex with a turkey.
Did I?
Yes.
Because I don't remember saying it, but if I said it, I stand by it. It's perfectly natural coming up for Christmas and everything. Go on, put on Driving Home for Christmas by Chris Rea to celebrate me coming home.
Are you joking?
Sissing from the other side of the room.
No, we can't put that on. Dead. Driving Home for Christmas. You? Oh yeah, G8 Summit. Yeah, Anarchy, Revolution. Tom Jones, Chris Rea. These two guys. They're going to spearfront this.
Me, Chris Rea, Tom Jones, we're pretty peeved with the way society's going, so, well, Chris has written a number called Driving Home for Christmas, which pretty much summarises the state of things. Yeah, so alright, don't play it then if it bothers you.
Well, we're very, like, Mikey's been so lazy this week, there's hardly any music in there.
Mikey, why are you so lazy? What's wrong with him? He's clinging to that job by the skin of his teeth. He doesn't realise, does he, the silly sod?
I can play it if you want. It's here, it's ready. Even though you're not driving home, it's not Christmas, and it's not a good song.
It captures captures perfectly the mood of me coming home from Hawaii. Alright, it says Christmas and driving and I'm flying and it ain't Christmas, but don't be so obsessed with detail, Matthews. We'll never get anywhere. I'm a cubist. Go on, play a bit of it. Here I go! Get out the way! I'm out of my mind!
Oh dear, that seems to... Oh.
Well, anyway, you know, you get the gist. I'm coming home. And it's a sort of Christmas-type feel to it all. Right, do you want to listen to a proper record?
We could listen to Big Audio Dynamite.
Put something on I want.
Well, go on then, what do you want? Raspberry Beret by Prince?
Yeah, alright. Put that on.
It's so easy
Yeah,
to trick.
right. This is... Why is that a trick? I like Prince. He's sexy.
Yeah, but all your choices, Take Me Home, Country Roads.
So, you selected that?
Oh yeah.
It's because I'm coming home. I'm trying to be
Homeward
upbeat
Bound
about...
by Simon and Garfunkel.
Upbeat.
Come Home by James.
That was Mikey. That was Mikey's choice. Look, I'm just doing things that make me feel nice about coming home, you poisonous man. Here, I did my sexy dancing scene in the film the other day.
Really?
Got it an half hard, yeah. I had to just sort of, it's not like sexy dancing in the nude. It's not like an erotic dance. I've got clothes on, but, you know, I had to dance in a sort of a sexy way. You know me, I'm
Slow
like...
dance, or...?
No, like, it's what it is like my girlfriend is sort of, like, in the film, is sat down, and I have to entice her with a sexy dance, right?
Well, hang on, so you're on a dance floor, there's other people dancing, or you've just started dancing?
Nah, we've gone back home, right, and she's in a mood with me in the film, and I've got a lot, and I go, oh, come on, cheer up, and then she goes, what are you doing? I go, I'm cheering you up with a sexy dance, and start doing the sexy dance, right? And they made me do this sexy dance for bloody ages, I tell you. I was really hot. I know, it's in Hawaii, it's in a room, I'm wearing leather trousers, doing sexy dance, I have to jump up on a table.
Who added the word sexy to this? Was it just you? I bet it doesn't say that in the script, does it? If you're in leather trousers.
Yeah, sexy.
Disturbing
sexy
dancing?
I'd say sexy, Matthew. I'd say sexy, and that's what the script says in green crayon at the top of the page on my copy of it. Sexy dancing. Yeah. And then, like, there's one bit where they go, all right, let's put on some music now, see if that makes it any sexier. They were trying all sorts of things to make this gyrating sexy.
You haven't got the best rhythm when you dance, have you?
I don't like dancing much, and I think it's because I'd rather just have sex. And, because dancing, I think,
you
is
always
a
say that to try and
sex.
turn the fact you can't dance around sound
to how
cool.
good I am at sex. Look, you've seen me have
just
sex.
a prelude to sex, yeah. Well, if you have sex like you dance, it must be bloody awful.
Look, you've seen me have sex.
It is
and
pretty
it is
awful.
rhythmic.
I don't count the time you were in a nappy with pegs on you. I don't know if that's normal for you, but...
Yes, it is. That was a romantic and tender exchange as
Who
far
cares
as I'm
about
concerned.
dancing? Get my nappy on. Here we go!
Look, should we just cut out all this dancing and get straight to the wax and nappies? Why are we standing here doing the jitterbug when we could be weeing ourselves in a bedsit? You know? Look, I think that dancing, yes it is, ritualistically, culturally and anthropologically, dance is about sex, isn't it? Like, we wouldn't bother if it were, that's why it's there. Birds and animals only do
sometimes
mating
it's just
dancing.
not. It's about rhythm. You might want to dance, you might be happy and you're dancing,
Happy
there's no
about-
one else in the
yeah.
house. Why would you be trying to lure people in who can't even see you? Hang on, I can hear some feet tapping. I'm getting randy.
Hold on, there's a man in there having some sort of a fit. I'm gonna just kick the door down and let myself go. Yeah, well, I think that it is a prelude to sex. That's the way I like to see
Are
it.
you
And
dancing to music in the scene? Is there like do you put a record
they
on
don't
and
put
then...
music on because they can't mix it, can they? So they have to have it silent. So you have to dance to nothingness.
What, because after they'd seen you dance, they thought, well, what, Aphex Twin, I mean, what's going to go with that? What rhythm is that man dancing to?
In the end, they just tipped some saucepans down an escalator. Said he was dancing to that. No, because you can't have it because it'll be bad for the sound mix. So the sound has to be put on retrospectively. And I'm having to, in my head, do Sexual Healing by Marvin Gaye.
Oh, is that what you're dancing to in the film, though? That is...
No, it's what I'm dancing to in my mind. I don't know what they're going to put on in the film, but it better go with Sexual Healing, because that's what I was dancing to, and let me tell you...
Who's directing this? The Chuckle Brothers? It sounds like a what joke.
It's Barry Chuckles doing it. He's on his last legs. It was Jimmy Savile sorted it out for him to do it. Oh dear, steady. Right, so this film's going to be good. Let me tell you that.
How long do you dance for it? You know, like in the edit, like once we sitting in the cinema, how long will we enjoy that for?
If they've got any sense, it'll just be like a dropped-in frame, like of me, like a subliminal dance that you'll only notice if you've got epilepsy. Yeah, what's going on with that Olympic logo? I don't like the looks of it. I don't want to go on about it.
That is bad.
It just looks like an headache. It's a ridiculous thing. It don't look like. It doesn't remind me of London. It don't remind me of Olympics.
You can't hardly read it.
It doesn't make sense. The bit that says London's childish and rubbish and unimaginative. I mean, I'm sure it's a hot topic for a radio show, so let's not bang on about it. But bloody hell, come on. And I see that like the Sun and Mirror did. My child could have done a better logo style approaches. But, you know, well, just don't have
it's embarrassing, isn't it? Because that's like on a world stage. That was unveiled.
They unveiled that?
Passed that under a door and run away. Awful.
Yeah. I'd just leave it by some bins and say that Olympic logo's over there if you fancy a glimpse while you're doing the decathlon. Have a little look at it. Yeah, it's stupid. I don't know, never mind. We're trying to cheer ourselves up in life. All right, let's put on something
Prince.
Like Smiths. Smiths!
Oh, God. You agreed to Raspberry Beret.
Yeah, but then I turned myself on by thinking about how sexy I am when I dance.
Prince is much sexier than Morrissey.
How dare you say that? We're supposed to be making a documentary about him. You better get on the team. Dale's phone's going off. Probably found another body. That's a joke. Take it back. Take it back. I'm sorry. Right, so, come on and put Prince on Raspberry Beret, for God's sake.
Raspberry Beret.
Raspberry Beret. Raspberry Beret. Raspberry berry, raspberry berry. That's Prince singing about a raspberry berry. It's weird, isn't it, the artistic imagination, that's what he chose to focus on. I mean, where does he draw his inspiration from? He's very interested in symbology and colours, isn't he? Went on about peach and black for ages, purple he was obsessed with, now raspberry berries. What's it gonna be next with old Prince, bless him? I see him once, though, enough charismatic fella, enough good at doing a song, blimey. I see him once at awards, good. Right, now then, this is Radio 2. I'm called Russell Brand. This is the Russell Brand Show. It's all eerily in alignment. I'm coming home soon. Matt Morgan's here with me. Matt, are you all right?
Yeah, but can you stop asking me if I'm all right?
I just envisage you sat in a little floral frock, sat there,
with your
rubber gloves on.
Then that's what you've got to go
baby. It really gets me going. So here's an email here from Katie Enos. I was just listening to you talking about swimming with the sharks. I thought you might be interested to know in my hometown of Omaha, Nebraska, there's been a virgin shark birth. There's a shark Jesus! There is a shark Jesus in the water! Woohoo! The day has arrived! We knew it would happen eventually, though it has come. I foretold this would happen, that a special shark, a shark Christ, would one day come.
I bet you'll be in front of the queue with your frankincense and myrrh. Hello, yes, I'm the President of Earth. Thank you for coming, Your Highness.
Thank you, Your Royal Highness, Your Highness. I've bought you some myrrh. Can I have a cuddle, please? I bought you some new shoes. Yeah. Apparently, the female shark gave birth, had been in a tank by herself for years. Right. I love the show. Happy early birthday to... Well, it's already been my birthday, Katie, but thank you. Let's not focus on birthdays.
Early. When
there's a new... I suppose so it is in that respect. When I will be the same age as Jesus. Interesting.
Oh, God, don't let that go to your head.
I will let it go to my Shark Jesus stroke mind. Shark Jesus, he's the man with the golden touch. Because what Jesus lacked was bite, you know, and that's, I think it would be much harder to nail him up if he'd have just turned and started chomping Roman guards' arms off.
He'd still be quite good to walk on water, even though he was a shark, 'cause he'd have to waddle around on his tail.
You go, well, not so impressive that he's in the water area, but look, he's perpendicular. He's above the surface of the water. Yeah, the lesser miracles would have become more impressive, like driving the madman's mind into a flock of pigs. I don't know if you call it a flock of pigs.
5 loaves and 2 fishes? He is a fish, that'd be a bit weird.
Cannibalistic for a Shark Jesus to do that. A Shark Jesus should just probably it'd just get one person, perhaps a boy, share that out amongst all the other sharks and whales and everything. But, like, what about curing a leper? Like, would they do that? Maybe a shark would just see that as a weakness and eat that person. But then he's Shark Jesus, so he's going to be pretty damn compassionate. Oh, sorry, I burped a little bit then, but it wasn't an audible burp. It was like one of those ones where you just sort of, like,
well,
it's just
why
like
mention
soft
it
air.
then?
Because it's like a princess's burp. So, yeah, Noel Gallagher's going to be on the phone in a minute. Just ring up old Noel Gallagher if you don't mind. I just spoke to him. He says he'll come on the radio show. What's that other thing that I wanted to harp on and on about? Yeah, so I'm home soon. Revolution looking good. Thank you so much for all these. We've had so many brilliant emails. I do read them all, right, while I'm in Hawaii, because... you know, I like it. It makes me feel in contact, but I can't read them all out because so many, but there's been brilliant ones from Australia, all around the world. Fantastic emails. Thank you for all the good wishes, birthday good wishes and everything. I appreciate that and all. Lovely bunch of human beings. You really are. It's lovely stuff. Hold on, but where's that thing? I read something really funny in the paper the other day. Right about, I can't find it now. Some bloke was trying to buy Cornish pasties, and he wanted to buy, they were available, like, a price, like, you get a special deal for buying 6 pasties, but he wanted to buy 8 pasties, and, apparently security got called, and it all started getting a bit hectic, and he goes, all the other customers around me agreed that I should have been allowed these pasties. He was, like, consulting people around him to see if he should be allowed these pasties. I'll try and get it. I can hear Noel Gallagher in the background now, so... in a minute, we'll either be talking about pasties or to the brilliant musician that is Noel Gallagher. Noel, are you there, mate?
Yeah.
Why do you sound a little bit lethargic?
Oh. I'm not, I'm alright.
Where are you? Countryside?
I'm in the countryside, yeah.
Watching the telly, are you?
I'm watching the telly. Sarah's gone out tonight.
What's she doing going out? She's all preggers, isn't she?
She's gone to see George Michael at Wembley.
Oh, God. Well, didn't you fancy going along yourself? Didn't think you could resist the temptation? Do you think the two of you would end up in a clinch?
Not my bag, I'm afraid.
Well, that's what you'd have to watch, because that's what he'd go for. He'd see your bag, and zoom, he'd have it.
No, not my bag, so I'm having a night in tonight watching the telly.
Oh, nice one. I like to think you're there, all relaxed in what you call your country pile. Now, I don't know if you was listening just then, but heaven has given us a new king. A Shark Jesus has been born. A virgin shark has just done a baby out of itself, and they hadn't had it off or anything. So it's a Shark Jesus, Noel. There's no other explanation. Any thoughts?
Well, Mother Nature, you know, a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so. Nature finds solutions. Probably because...
yeah, but there's all those frogs that can change sex and all that in there.
Excuse
There's frogs
me?
that can change sex at random.
Excuse me, young man, there's frogs that can change sex at random?
In Jurassic Park.
Is this what happens? You sit alone in your house, your wife out washing Georgie Michael,
and Jurassic Park. If you look at, you know, you've seen the film Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I've seen Jurassic Park,
well, the
mate.
DNA in the frogs changes it. So anyway, I don't want to go into it with you, Russell, because you know.
Oh, sorry if I can't understand the information you glean from watching popular films.
I'm sorry you can't understand it. We've got a conversation about it.
You know, another thing, like robots might come back from the future and kick us in, like if we're not careful, because like you know, computers is dangerous, and I see that in Terminator. So this.
Oh, have you had a bad day?
I've had a good day, as a matter of fact.
Take the mickey out of the Northerner. So it is.
I thought, why not? Yeah, have a go. This is not a condemnation of the rest of the people of the North.
Now you know why I had my party that particular weekend and you weren't around.
Oh, it's a low blow from Gallagher, striking at some of the most functional and beautiful genitals this planet's ever produced there. Why would you do a thing like that? Probably to protect your marriage, because it won't be long when I'll be back in Blighty that Sarah will be coming out to watch a Russell Brand concert, which is equally sexy as a Georgie Michael one, except there's every chance that she'll be coming home double pregnant.
There's every chance you might change sex at random and all, eh?
I sort of hover between the genders, as it is, you know, like some days I'd use my orifices for all sorts of things.
Oh, said the actress to the bishop.
I mean, I don't know why those two would ever meet. I think they should be kept apart, because every time I hear anyone quote that actress and bishop, they're being bloody disgusting to each other.
People like Stephen Fry that quote actresses and bishops, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, mate. Yeah, I've never met him, but I imagine he's a very nice fella, Stephen Fry. You've probably
I've met him once.
Was he nice to you?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I'd have him round at mine any time. A very, very nice man.
But a nice gentleman sort of a fella. So come on then, let's get you talking about some controversial subjects, or even just normal subjects. Noel Gallagher, what do you think about the Olympic logo?
I didn't know what it said for 2 days. It's rubbish.
For 2 days? Did you sit pouring? You're lucky you didn't go into an epileptic fit while you were staring at it.
No, because they made a big deal out of it over here, and there was a purple splodge on the telly, and it was like, oh, that's it.
Right.
Well, that's rubbish. For a start, it's like purple.
Right.
That's a Catholic colour.
So what?
Being Catholic's rubbish.
What? Don't attack Catholicism. What are you saying? It's wrong.
I can attack Catholicism because I am Catholic.
Fair enough.
That's rubbish.
Is that the rule? I don't know. I think you might end up.
Well, purple's a very Catholic colour.
Yeah, and a very
so
sexy
that
colour.
automatically makes it rubbish.
Yeah, fair enough. So you're against the Olympic logo.
I think you'll find it'll be changed very quickly. We're saying on the news today that it will be changed quite soon.
Yeah, they should probably change it. It's not too late. It's not that big a deal. I don't know how you can consume up so much money designing that object.
Well, it'd be like some geezer who wears a baseball cap backwards in some really, really overpaid advertising company in London who've got about 450 grand for that.
Yeah, it's too much.
And literally, I could have done that drunk just after my party.
Yeah, knock one up. Did you have a nice time at your birthday?
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
I think it was. I don't want to sound too 1960s about this, but I don't really remember a great deal about it. But
yeah.
It was, from what I remember, it was great.
Yeah, I know. Well, Matt.
You know what Matt got me?
Go on.
He got me a second-hand T-shirt.
Of what?
Right.
A second-hand T-shirt.
He got me a second-hand, and you know how second-hand clothes have that unique kind of smell.
Yeah, musty, innit? It's a musty stench.
Right. When I opened the package, I'm still convinced it's Matt, and Matt just smells second-hand.
Matt does smell. It is the stink of second-hand.
It's a second-hand Elvis T-shirt, right?
It's cool.
Yeah. It's cool, he says.
I'll tell you what, it looks good around the end of my brush.
My
That's
brush.
not sexual innuendo, by the way.
It better not be. It sounds good, because if it smelt musty before, one can only imagine the aroma.
Good job sweeping out the garage, that Elvis T-shirt.
So, is it Elvis in a karate stance? Is it Matthew? Did you give him?
It's Elvis in a karate style.
It's a
Matthew,
good T-shirt.
That's your T-shirt, so you gave him one of your own T-shirts.
I said, like, he was
He's
a
rich.
zillionaire. What do I give him? So I gave him one of my
He got me a
T-shirts.
deck of playing cards.
A deck of playing cards. Oh, Matt Morgan. He'd have worried about that, because I know him. So he'd have sat at home going, I don't know what to get for Noel Gallagher. And then thought, what I'll do is I'll look in my own wardrobe.
They were Elvis playing cards and an Elvis T-shirt. It was a cool little package. Noel was obviously, looked.
It was an Elvis-themed stinking pack.
It was one of the better presents I got.
Good. I'm glad you're pleased with your musty hand-me-down gift pack.
I actually got a monkey for my birthday.
A real one?
Yeah, somebody adopted a chimp called Jimmy from
Why's
Ape
everyone got a
World.
monkey now?
I got a monkey called Charlie.
Charlie, mine's called Jimmy.
I wonder if they get on, Noel. I wonder if Charlie and Jimmy are the best of chums, like you and I.
Yeah, I brought up to ask you this, right? My mum's been staying right, and I don't watch EastEnders, right?
Yeah.
But she watches EastEnders. She said to me, "Oh, put EastEnders on."
Yeah.
And Dot Cotton was on. I was in the kitchen, and it sounds exactly like you when you do that stupid voice.
Oh, dear, man.
I've got Nick's dead. It's like, is that a Russell on EastEnders? Is that a Russell trying to be funny on EastEnders? It's not. It's Dot Cotton. And you know what?
Yeah.
She looks better looking than you.
How dare you! I am one of the sexiest vegetarians in this country of ours, second only to Martin Shaw, in a poll that I imagine I'm soon to take over, because we've recently found out that Judge John Deed, Martin Shaw, has sex with roadkill that he finds on his bonnet. So if I don't win that contest now, there's something wrong with justice. So you actually mistook me for Dot Cotton?
I mistook Dot Cotton's voice for your Dickensian kind of pseudo-northern, like when you try and pretend you're a poor person and all that.
Oh, yeah, I do. Sometimes I talk...
It doesn't sound too dissimilar, does it?
No, I don't... Oh, man, oh, dear, oh, F, oh, cross, yeah, I suppose...
And you could slip into steptoe there, couldn't you?
Yeah. Well, which one? Because Carl Barat, of course, Carl Barat talks a bit like sort of Harry H. Corbett, but like Harry H. Corbett after he's had dentistry or a stroke. Oh,
Carl Barat talks in like H. Corbett, but he takes out all the vowels.
Yeah.
He doesn't use any. He only uses about 16 letters of the alphabet. And you're just like, what did you just say?
Just lets language fall out of his face. Actually, it's Carl Barat's birthday. It was your birthday last week. It's my birthday, which you ain't even said happy birthday for.
When is it?
4th of June. It's gone by.
How old are you?
I don't want to talk about that kind of rhubarb.
Come on. How old are you?
I'm 32.
32?
Yeah.
Oh, rough that, isn't it?
It's rough, mate. Yeah, I'll soon be dead down the drain. But now,
Dot Con doesn't look. She looks better than you, and she's what 704, and she's.
I don't know the age of June Brown. All I know is that woman is an icon.
I'm not talking about June Brown. I'm talking about Dot Com.
Listen, she's a fine actress. It also is Carl.
EastEnders is not real, don't you? You know that, don't you?
I'm fully well aware. Yeah, as a matter of fact. Although
June Brown isn't in EastEnders.
Right. All right. So it's .com. Fair enough. I understand the line you're drawing. Now, Noel, it's coming up to the news now. Will you please say happy birthday?
To who?
Anyone, really. Just offer it out as a general peace offering.
Can I say happy birthday to you?
Yeah, say it to me.
Sing it.
Listen, Russell.
Yeah.
In all seriousness.
Yes.
I hope you had a great birthday.
Thank you.
If I'd have known it was your birthday, I would have got you at least a card, and I would have given you, I don't know, maybe a second-hand Elvis T-shirt.
I look forward to receiving that Elvis T-shirt. It's been handy.
If you do get one, it won't be the one that Matt gave me.
No.
I'll go out and get one exactly the same.
You can't, though, that's
why. Exactly the same smell.
I'll know by the aroma where it's come from. So, well, I'll be home soon, so that's, it'll be very nice to celebrate all these different birthdays.
You're not a First World War soldier. I'll be home soon, Ma.
God knows I've suffered, but soon I'll be back on England's green pleasant shores. I feel if I'm not welcomed like a conquering hero, I don't know quite what I'll do. But listen, we've got news coming up, Noel Gallagher, and we're doing this live now, so don't do anything mad or weird. Also, I've got to talk to you because we're supposed to be doing something exciting later on in the week. So you're doing that thing for Sergeant Pepper, ain't you? The 40th anniversary thing.
Yeah, on Tuesday.
Yeah. So
what are you doing? Do you want to play on it as well?
I've got something to talk to you about that I can't talk about on air because Leslie Douglas, controller of Radio 2, told me not to. But I'll talk to you after this, in fact. I'll give you a ring in your country home on my way home.
I always say it, you always say that and you never do.
I do!
No, you never do.
I will! I'll ring you up on the way home.
I bet you don't. I'll tell you what, if you don't ring me, you are getting that Elvis T-shirt.
Right, fair enough. I'll ring. I've never had a stronger incentive. No, I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye!
Bye, Noel.
There he goes.
There little man.
What a vindictive, spiteful brute of a man. We've done nothing but support him on this programme. He rejects your present. His mother mistakes me for EastEnders female member of the club. What's wrong with him? Right, so we better get Mr. G up to summarise this show with a lovely poem. Please welcome with atmosphere Mr. G, the country's finest poet. Here he is. Yeah, all right.
Okay, this poem is called The Second Coming. As wise men charted from afar the secret paths of the stars, of the moons, of the planets, 3/4 water, 1 part granite. Let's take an expansive view to select what we can choose. Matt kitchen roll comparison and excessive salmon fish abuse. Call the recruits. A few monkeys dressed in delusional suits. Let them eat cake will be the cry before the revolution ensues. The soldiers are exercising, the students are revising. As their righteous leader wears a nappy, the situation compromising. But look to the skies and visualize a world beyond the strife and the hate. Beyond the words that cause the hurt, just let the dancers gyrate. As we await a special sign of shark messiahs being born, let's celebrate the second coming with the sound of the horn.
The second coming! It's arrived! It's the rapture! It's the
You're not the second coming, the shark's the second coming.
No,
don't get big ideas.
It's just the shark version for Shark Jesus. I'm new people Jesus for people. Hello people, I'm a people. Are you a people? I'm a person. Okay everyone, it's been another fantastic, brilliant show. Thank you Noel Gallagher for being a wonderful guest. Thank you Mr. Matt Morgan for turning up. Gee, well done. He occupied himself. As well as operating that horn, he managed to write a poem. I wouldn't be surprised if he wrote it just with the shrieks that emerge from that bloody thing. Keep sending your lovely emails. If you're going to send me presents, send them England now, because I ain't in Hawaii no more. Tomorrow I am leaving on a jet plane, coming back to my rightful home in England. Keep listening to us all over the world. Keep downloading the podcast. Keep the revolution in your mind and hearts. I know I'm silly about it, but one day we are actually going to do one. Once we forth some proper policies. We know mostly it's about equality, love, and a sort of spiritual socialism, but we'll keep working on it. Thanks everyone for taking part. Keep coming back. Stay with us from 88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from the BBC.
The news at 11 o'clock. This is Andrea.